July the 23rd, 2025. Guys, you're looking at today's imaging going back from very early to the very latest ones that we have over the U.S. This is infrared. And what we saw was, again, we were watching this system out into the Gulf of America and watch kind of what happens in this heat today. I just went out, I had a couple truck windows down and I'll let it cool off and realized I might not want to leave them down too much longer. But anyway, this is what we needed. We needed moisture and these wind in the storms and taking the temperature out. Guys, it's 728 and we're still at 108 degrees heat index here in central Mississippi, 88 degrees, 84% humidity. But it's warm out there. It's not as warm as it was during the time today when it was in the 120s. But the moisture's moving now up into the north, which the northern states. We'll take a look at that on the National Weather Center. But one of the things that I'm noticing about this is the high pressure system that we have kind of watched rotate this system around that we're getting now is expanding further north. See that? Remember a couple of days ago it was kind of cutting across Tennessee, North Carolina, coming out through this area and getting caught up into this. But now it's expanding further. My concern about that is that the high pressure system is expanding. And we are still in extreme heat warnings in our area. Most of these states all through here are. So guys, we got a couple of things happening. You saw, if you watch our channel, you saw today the meeting about, we're about to run into a brick wall with the available electricity between running the data centers and consumers. And so the consumers are going to be paying way more. It was obvious in that meeting, but they had no solutions, and they knew that. Again, they said it was going to run into a brick wall sooner than later on people running out of electricity. Now, with this type heat, you have to be, at least have that in the back of your mind, because remember, this age is not supposed to end by floods, but by fire. And when you, this type heat definitely can remind you of that, especially if you start continuing in long droughts and you start seeing fires like up in California, Oregon, and Canada, all those places all around the world. So it's very much needed. But again, I'm concerned that this high pressure area now is going to move all of this heat. You see where it's kind of dissipating the moisture already all through New England and through the Northeast. Check that out. And just looking at the natural satellite images, it's very easy to see between this morning, starting right now, or right here in these images, and ending up as the sun is about to set over us here in Central Time. Look at that. The formation's there, and the formation up here. The moisture's been there, but now the heat energy is getting involved. That looks very serious to me. And this is going to be moving over Michigan, Indiana, looks like Wisconsin. Here in just the next few hours, it's probably already started to give some effects. Again, I would rather have these storms than this heat that's going to end up burning out the transformers and you don't have any electricity. Now, this is what the National Weather Service has up now as of 7:33 p.m. tonight. Again, this purple area is extreme heat warnings. We've been in it for a few days. Goes up through Arkansas, parts of Tennessee, Missouri, and tip of Indiana. But in these areas, in this color, pink or purple, you got severe thunderstorm watches. That's South Dakota, northeastern Wyoming, and also here in this area of central Nebraska. But this orange section right in the middle of that is severe thunderstorm warnings, not watches. And that's where you're starting to see some of the explosions. But really, some of the taller clouds are rapidly expanding across this section of this heat wave. Again, you just saw it moving towards the Great Lakes into this area. Out here in California and Oregon, you've got red flag warnings. Don't light any fires. Tell all the idiots that too. And you've got extreme heat watches here now in New Mexico. Anyway, guys, I wanted to talk about that because we're very concerned about the heat situation continuing. You notice these, and all of this in the orange, by the way, is heat advisories. But when you drop into the purple, it's definitely not an advisory. This is all level 3 stuff out of 4 different levels. So you got to be careful with it. Now, this information is still a 10% chance of formation, but the cone has moved. It had ended somewhere around central Louisiana earlier, and the X was further out here. Remember that? But now that central control of the system is moved into the warmer waters of the Gulf itself. The thing about the extension, as we had talked about, was maybe this section of Texas doesn't need that much rain yet, but it looks like the moisture is going to continue right on through that area, guys. What they're saying, again, 10% chance. A trough of low pressure over the northeastern Gulf is producing widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Over the next day or two, this system is forecast to move west-southwest to westward over the north-central sections, where some development is possible. By the weekend, the system is likely to move inland, ending its chances for development. Regardless of tropical cyclone formation, locally heavy rainfall is possible for portions of Florida over the next day or so, and for the northern Gulf Coast through the weekend. It's kind of like it was this morning, except now everything's moved across the Florida panhandle, not the storms, but this particular system, and it has now been extended as far as the forecast possible path into South Texas, guys. So keep an eye on it. I don't think it's going to become anything dangerous unless we get another major flood like we got before. We don't want that to happen, but maybe it won't, and we'll just get the moisture for the fields and the gardens and the heat relief. And just a quick update, guys, I wanted to talk about that. But Texas now, you've got to keep an eye on this going into the weekend. And in the morning is Thursday, by the way. Let me show you one other thing real quick. Go over to our website at bpearthwatch.com and look at this ad. You'll see the Alexa Pure Water Filter. We've been with these guys for about 12 years, and they're the number one by far. They've got $100 off now. They'll drop it down to $199. Sometimes it's normally $279, so $280 with that filter. But they're taking $100 off now. It may only last a day, because once they get sell out of all the excess inventory, they're going to drop it back into the $279.95 area. Take advantage of it now. We're in that season to where any kind of backup you can have would be very good. And if you go there, guys, this gives you a lot of information on different contaminants, things like that it can deal with, and it gives you videos. It's so simple to do. And we built, designed, and patented the AquaFlow Max that goes into the Alexa Pure and the Berkeley systems. And it goes in and you triple, and I say that conservatively, the output once it's filtered out of that bottom tank. It makes it a lot nicer, a lot more like your actual water faucet. But guys, it supports our channel, it keeps us going, and you're not ever going to get a better price. These filters are $85 by themselves. And it will hold more. You can get one of these with a 3-pack of filters, or just an extra 3 or 4-pack going down the road. But this one will last you for a long time. I have 2, one on each side of my sinks in the kitchen. And I keep them full. Every piece of ice, everything we cook with, coffee, tea, all of our pets' waters, all of it is filtered through these tanks. And the spigot from the tap just reaches over in there, one of the extended hoses, and drops in there. It's very simple to do, and there's no taste like a fluoride, chlorine, anything like that. You can come here and read all of the probably 100 or more different chemicals and things that it removes. But just the taste alone is remarkable. Think about it, guys, and when you get there and you go through the checkout, they will offer you a deal to pay for like 4 notes on your credit card, interest-free, things like that. Think about it with no credit check. But again, we would appreciate it, and you would never regret it. It's a lifetime purchase. Each year, over the last 10 years, we've gotten a couple for the kids and grandkids, and they all have one now. They're great, and to have a backup because they fold together, kind of not fold together, but stack together, go in a smaller box, and people take them camping and bug out with it. You get that information here. I don't want to make it any longer. But again, watch for the heavy rains along the coast. And to me, without people getting hurt in flood, it's a blessing because that's what these storms are designed to do, keep this earth from overheating. And if you think about it, I've said it many times, Father tells us not by flood, but by heat. So how will the planet react to that? The storms will increase, right? The rainstorms, the wind will increase because things are heating up. It doesn't say that when that fourth angel pours the vial out, guys, that it's an instantaneous event. A couple of years ago, I thought something had happened, and last year, and actually this spring, we got a little bit of relief compared to that. Maybe it was a warning. You guys better get ready. But anyway, think about it. You'll never, ever regret it. If you've ever tasted water from one of these, you'll never go back to that chlorine taste, and God knows what else is in them. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.